just a brief instructional video on how to complete your extra credit generational interview. So yes, this is an extra credit assignment. It is worth 5 extra credit points, so if you choose to do the assignment, totally up to you. But I will tell you, this is probably one of my favorite assignments of our entire course, and there's a reason behind it. So there's 2 parts to it. You're going to have interview questions and answers, and then you're going to have your reflection. So just so you're aware of that, there's 2 things that you are going to need to do. So with that, as you're looking through the assignment, you have questions for you, the student, and then you have questions for whoever you're interviewing. So the purpose of this project is for you, through the process of speaking with an elder, is to learn that getting caught up in a world of nothingness eventually leads to a life full of nothing and with feelings of emptiness. Granger's advice, though it came too late for many, was to leave something behind. In the task, you will respond to a set of questions on your own and then interview a person in your life at least 4 decades older than you. So what 4 decades means is that's 40 years older than you. If you cannot interview someone, so my advice is to interview your grandma or grandpa. However, if you don't have a grandma or grandpa in your life, if you have an older aunt or uncle, or if you don't have anyone else in your life that's older that you can interview, then I'm okay with you interviewing your parents. But just someone who's significantly older than you is who I want you to interview. And then who's made an impact on you. That's really important. It's someone that you admire and respect, or that has somehow made an impact on you. And then when you're finished, you're going to type just a brief summary that reflects on basically what you think or what you learned through this process. So what you're going to answer are, what are some of the things that you remember about your grandparent or the person in your life that who takes on that role, so basically whoever you're interviewing. How does that person inspire you and why? What is something that you would like to learn from your grandparent, or what trait would you like to get from them? Why is it important to spend time with elders and learn from them, and what they have to share? Okay, so make sure you're answering all of those questions thoroughly. And then this is what you're going to ask the people that you're interviewing. And this is why I'm going to tell you why I love this so much. I know for my own personal experience that my grandparents, or even my own parents, obviously my mom's not here anymore, right? But my dad is. And I know when I call and I ask him questions, and I don't see my dad every day like I used to. And I know many of you probably don't see your grandparents a lot like you used to. And so, and some of you may see them all the time. But just to sit down and talk to them and ask them some questions, you're going to make their day. I can guarantee it. 100%. They are going to love that you want to sit down and chat with them about these things. So that's why I love this so much, is because I feel like it's a good way to connect, and I feel like you're kind of doing a really good deed in the process. So I hope everyone does the project, or it's not really a project, but the assignment, because I just think it's a good thing. So questions you're going to ask them is, what's something you're good at or you know how to do? What's the biggest change you've seen, and what do you predict will change in the future? What do you see as your greatest accomplishment, and what advice would you give your grandchildren or kids today? Or if you're not interviewing a relative or whatever, you can say, what advice would you give kids today, or what advice would you give me? So all really good questions, right? So then the last part of that is you have to write a reflective paragraph, which it's really not down here. So I think I'm gonna try to change these documents around a little bit so that will be down there for you to remember to do the reflection. But basically, you're just going to reflect on what you've learned through the process. and it can just be your honest opinion. So just make it a good paragraph, maybe 5 sentences long, and just have fun with the assignment. I think it will definitely mean a lot to the person you're interviewing. So if you have questions, please let me know.